Good day fine people, it's Nick and we're looking at Zynaps on the Commodore Amiga. It's a horizontal shooter published by Hewson Consultants in 1988. Now this is a rather splendid game on the ZX Spectrum, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays on the Commodore Amiga. They don't always convert very well, and I always say that the Amiga's best doing its own thing really. Anyway, we have a spaceship called a Scorpion Fighter, and it's in an alien-infested planetary system, and by collecting different weapons we must blow everything up. 1 to 2 players, we'll do 1 player first of all, because I'm the only one here. If we don't last very long, I might put on a 2-player where I control everyone, but it's turn-based, so here we go. Nice music at the start. Oh dear. Nice music at the start with the menus. The firing sounds are quite good. Haven't got too much of the screen to work with, I think. Let's manoeuvre up. The ship looks a bit big. That could be a problem. Now, by pressing fire button down, we can collect these jellyfish. We can collect these weapons that turn up every now and again via our fuel scoop. There's different. Avoid all the things that come at you. Anyway, there's different weapons: pulse lasers, plasma bombs, homing missiles, and seeking missiles. If you've seen the Spectrum review already, you know pretty much what the game has to offer. Now, we just picked up some bombs there, homing missiles. That's going to help us quite a bit. Boom. Right, we're not doing too badly here, but this game is very, very difficult. Collision detection is okay. Yeah, see, you can't go too near the scenery as it seems to suck you in there. This doesn't seem like the best game in the world. Dragon Breed was the previous horizontal shooter reviewed. It's not as good as that. Cardiaxx was before that, and that was absolutely awful, so it's better than Cardiaxx. But if you want to see good examples of shooters, because this is very, very average, look no further than Disposable Hero, Silkworm, Apidya and Project X. Now they're the super granddaddies of it. Zynaps looks very, very, well, lazy to be honest with you. Looks like it's done quite quickly. Ship doesn't move very fast, which makes it a very uninteresting affair. I'm not sure how it's coming across watching the gameplay. It might be coming across more exciting than it actually really is. If you have a Spectrum and a Commodore Amiga, I would say play the Spectrum version first. Although when I reviewed the Spectrum version I did have a cheat on, or poke as it's known in the Spectrum trade. With the Amiga I haven't got any cheats, I don't know of any cheats, it's all down to my skills, so we're probably not going to see too much of the game. But nice display. Down the bottom there with the scores and the logo. Hewson Consultants, they put out a few good games, not so many on the Commodore Amiga. That's all like were pretty good on the ZX Spectrum. Yeah, so if you want to watch the Cardiaxx review, that's probably the worst horizontal shooter I've ever played. Compare it with this, and this one won't look too bad, but compared to Silkworm, as I say, Disposable Hero and Apidya, this looks very, very poor. And I die quite quickly as well. Anyway, there's Pete there on the bottom of the scoreboard. Alright Pete, if you're watching, I don't know if you are. I wouldn't have liked to buy this as a kid, would have been disappointed if I got it as a Christmas present or birthday present. It's very lackluster, ship moves slow. You can get power-ups which speed the ship up, increase the firepower, bombs and missiles, which we've seen a little bit of. So you need to get the increased speed. When you destroy waves of aliens, a power-up will display. To pick it up you have to hold the fire button down, which means you can't shoot for a certain space of time before you pick that up and hopefully upgrade your ship. But I think the ship needs to be fractionally smaller, it's too big. Get too near the screen as I say, it does seem to suck you in ever so slightly and then you're doomed. Not a fan of this one at all, but it sounds brilliant. If you had your eyes closed and just listen to the sound, you'd think, well, this is quite a good game, let's get on to that. But there's not much room on the screen to manoeuvre, so maybe that's where the skill becomes involved. It's not very original, it's trying to copy a lot of games, most notably R-Type, which is the first of the super ones I would say. Zynaps, whatever that means. And hopefully you won't nap while you're listening to this. So I don't think this is going to be the biggest review in the world, the longest one I've ever done, because I'm not progressing too far. We'll just give it a few more goes and then we'll say goodbye. Right, shooting all those jellyfish. You know what to do. Can we get off level 1? The answer is no. See, look at that. That was very unfortunate. I put it on 2 players to try and extend it a little bit. Let's see a player 2, which is also me, get further than player 1. He is further already. Getting very narrow through here. curse these aliens and this alien-infested planet. Yeah, I think all the horizontal shooters we'll come to now on the Commodore Amiga will be quite average or mediocre because I've reviewed all the best ones already. If you want to check out what I think are the top 10, then check out my top 10 shooters review, horizontal and vertical. You might disagree with them, but you probably have the top 5 in the same or a different order, so we probably won't disagree over those ones. But with a lot of these games, it's what you grew up with. If you had this as a kid and no other games, and you just got the Amiga, you probably would play this over and over. Got a lot better than I am doing now, and probably with your rose-tinted spectacles on, you probably think this is quite a good game. But it isn't. In my opinion, it's all about opinions. Don't let anyone shoot you down about your opinion, because your opinion to you is the best. Man, I don't really want to play this too more. Let's just give it another couple of games. Maybe it'll grow on me a little bit. Good music though. I'm never going to get on that roll of honour. Dan 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 dan. Zynaps. Didn't have a sequel that I'm aware of. Zynaps 2, I think it would have been called. But anyway, I'm still debating whether I should have another go or not. I will. Prepare for combat. Which is probably going to last, what, about 500 metres. Pick that up, right. So we've got extra speed, I think, for that. No. I thought we did. What have we got for there? Yeah, see those things that fire at you? You haven't got too much time to get out of the way. You're going to collide into the scenery trying to get round it, or there's not enough room. I think you have to try and predict where that's going to go first of all. Not really pick that up to its full potential. Right, bombs are what? Yeah, see, curses! This game is very, very annoying. Yeah, if you suffer from stress a bit, this probably isn't the best game to play. It's not a relaxing game at all. Unless you can find a cheat that I don't know of. If you do know a cheat for this game, then let me know and put it below, because I think only with a cheat will this game become any fun. Otherwise than that, it's just arduous. We'll call this the last goal. Call this the last goal. I think we've probably seen enough of it, really. It looks a very different game than the Spectrum one. Spectrum's more 8-bit cuteness. I think this is all going to be like metallic sort of graphics. We've already lost one life. Player 1, prepare for combat. Or don't. Don't know what these aliens' beef is. I think they're inhabiting different systems throughout the galaxy, taking over everything. And that's a man's job to do that. Or it will be. We're the biggest threat to the universe, I think. We'll be the aliens coming by. I accidentally paused it in error then. Right. I just want the ship to blow up now, and that's not a very good attitude if you're going to space war. And it has blown up, I got my wish, and that's it, I'm afraid. That is it. Yeah, not rated again, not on the high score chart, and I never will be, because I'm never going to play this again. It does have some good elements to it, but altogether the playability is poor. It's too slow, and there's much better examples out there. I would avoid this one unless you had it when growing up. So, hope you liked having a look at that game. It was Zynaps on the Commodore Amiga, converted from the Spectrum version, published by Hewson Consultants in 1988. Thanks for watching as always. If you've got any comments about this game, any shooters, or Commodore Amiga retro games in general, then please put those below, because that's what it's all about. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.